Hello everyone, I'm Yoga Jessie, and thanks for joining me for another BooksMoveMe yoga adventure. Today we'll be reading and moving to the story, Have You Got My Purr? Written by Judy West and illustrated by Tim Warnes. Let's get ready to read. We'll begin by waking up our ears. Taking your finger and your thumb, rub along the edge of your ears, starting at the bottom and rubbing all the way up to the top. And when you get to the top, rub all the way back down, making sure that your ears are ready to listen. Then rub your hands together and make 2 circles. Bring them up close to your eyes, making sure your eyes are ready to look at the story. And then bring your arms out to the side. Take a slow, deep breath in. And make a circle above your head. And then let all the air out as your arms come back down. Let's try it again. Breathe in and out. And one more time. Breathe in and out. I think we're ready for our story. Today's story is called Have You Got My Purr? By Judy West. And this story takes place on a farm. On the cover, we see a cat, a mouse, and a chick. Can you think of any other animals that live on a farm? Yeah, I wonder if any of those animals will be in our story today. Let's find out as we read, Have You Got My Purr? Kitten was sad. She could meow, she could hiss, and she could yowl, but she couldn't make the noise she liked the best. She couldn't purr. Mother, she said, I think I've lost my purr. Little one, her mother replied, you will find your purr. Just wait and see. Let's come into cat pose, but we're going to say meow instead of purr. So meet me on your hands and knees. And spread your fingers wide like big number 5s. Start out with a nice flat back. And then for cat pose, we're going to tuck our chin, look to our belly button, and push our spine up high. And we'll say meow. Meow. Wait! The determined kitten set out in search of her purr. She decided Dog might have it. Dog, Kitten asked, have you got my purr? She climbed onto his belly to listen closely to his answer. Woof, woof, said the startled dog. I have a woof, not a purr. Why don't you go ask Cow? She may have it. Dog didn't have Kitten's purr, but let's come into our dog pose. Start out on your hands and knees, then turn your toes under. Straighten your legs and push your tail way up high as you look back to your toes or down to your mat. And then give me a big woof woof, woof woof, woof woof. So Kitten went off to do just that. She found a perch next to the paddock and very near Cow's head. Cow, Kitten said, looking her right in the eye, have you got my purr? Dog says you might. Moo, said Cow quickly. I have my moo, but no purr. Why not ask Pig? Come back to your hands and knees for cow pose. Spread your fingers wide. And this time, look up towards the ceiling and arch your back for cow pose and say moo, moo. One more time. Moo. Kitten slid slowly down the tree and scampered over to the pig pen and up the fence. Pig, have you got my purr? She called over the snuffling of the piglets. Oink, oink, said Pig. I'm sorry, dear. I have only my oink, no purr. Why don't you go ask the ducks? They are a noisy family. Let's be a pig rolling in the mud. Come down onto your back with your feet up high in the air. Grab onto the inside of your feet and rock back and forth like a pig rolling in the mud. And give me an oink, 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 oink. So Kitten followed the sounds of splashing and found the ducks enjoying their day-long bath. Ducks, I've asked dog and cow and pig, but they don't seem to have it. Have you got my purr? Quack, quack, said the ducks. Does that sound like a purr? We quack. One duck offered kindly. Why not ask Mouse? The ducks were taking a day-long bath in the water. Let's be ducks by coming down onto our tummies and bringing our hands under our shoulders. From here, push the front of your body up and then bend your knees to make your duck tail. Sway side to side like you're swimming in the water and say quack, 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 quack. This would be tricky, but Kitten really wanted her purr back. She scooted over to the mouse hole, got down on her belly, and wiggled through. Don't be afraid, Mouse, said Kitten very quietly. You see, I'm searching for something. Have you got my purr? Squeak, squeak, said the mouse nervously. I have my squeak, Kitten, but I do not have your purr. Have you asked sheep? Mice are usually afraid of cats. Let's be that little mouse together. Start out by sitting on your feet, with your knees out in front. Bring your fingers back towards your toes and fold your whole body forward, with your head towards the floor. Take a deep breath in and say, squeak, 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 squeak. Squeak, 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 squeak. A little discouraged and very tired, Kitten hung her head and wandered over to the field. Sheep, she sighed, I have lost my purr. Mouse says you might have it. Have you got my purr? Bah, bah, said Sheep. I haven't got your purr, little one. My old Baa is all I have. Why not ask Owl? Kitten was feeling discouraged and tired when she saw Sheep. Let's be that sheep. Come onto your hands and knees. And then sit back on your feet. Take a deep breath in and let it out as you come up and say, bah! Sit back down, breathe in, bah! And one more time, bah! So Kitten stumbled sleepily over to Owl's tree and said, Owl, I have searched all day. I'm so tired. Have you got my purr? Hoot, hoot, Owl said. Silly Kitten, I have a hoot, not a purr. Why don't you go back to your mother? I'm sure you'll find your purr there. Let's be that wise old owl. Come up to standing and stand tall. going to squat down low, like we're perching on a branch. And then bring your wings out to the side and tuck them behind your back. Look over one shoulder. Take a deep breath in. And as you turn your head, say, "Whoo." Take another deep breath in. Whoo. And last one. Whoo. Kitten couldn't believe it. Has Mother had my purr all along, she wondered? She rushed back to the barn to call out her question one last time. Mother, have you got my purr? Oh, sweet thing, said her mother tenderly. No one can take your purr. It's inside you. You hear it when you're happy. Come here and listen. So Kitten snuggled next to her mother, and suddenly, there it was. The dog did not woof. The cow did not moo. The pig did not oink. The ducks did not quack. The mouse did not squeak. The sheep did not baa. The owl did not hoot. They all watched from the door and listened silently to the most perfect purr they had ever heard. The purr was inside the kitten the whole time. She finds it when she feels happy. This time let's come into cat pose, and instead of saying meow, let's say purr. Try it with me. Come on your hands and knees. Tuck your chin and push your spine or your back up towards the sky and say purr. Purr. One more. Purr. In our story today, the kitten was searching for her purr. That makes me think of another story I've read called The Cow Who Clucked, where the cow is searching for her moo. When one story makes you think of another story, it's called a text-to-text connection. Thank you for joining me on today's Books Move Me yoga adventure. See you next time.